Welcome back to the Relius Reviews. Today's review is focused on Blindspotting Episode 2, entitled Smashley Rose. And the official synopsis of Smashley Rose is: it's sentencing day for Miles and tensions are high as Ashley, Rainey, and Trish wait for the judge's decision. When a gavel comes down, Ashley's day is set on a path towards destructions. I thought this was a pretty good episode, in my opinion, as the tensions is really up there now towards Ashley, Randy, and Trish as they realize that things will never be the same never be the same again, especially for Miles. Here's my review on the matter. So the episode begins with Miles being sentenced to nearly 5 years at San Quentin State Penitentiary for drugs. And once that gavel hits down, Miles, Ashley, Trish, Rainey all realize that things will never be the same again and that Miles is not coming home for a very long time. Rainey, on the other hand, is freaked out because she doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know who to call. And she is worried about how Sean, Ashley, and Miles' son will react to the devastating news. Trish, on the other hand, she's actually very depressed and upset that her brother is going away for 5 years, but at the same time, still despises Ashley for whatever reason. Ashley, she's acting the same just as Rainey, freaking out, doesn't know what to do, but at the same time knows she can't be worried as she has to go to work. But while at work, she starts to see hallucinations of Miles as if he's working there with her. And she somewhat starts to freak out inside, and kind of freaky, if you ask me, as we see that Ashley works at a hotel and one of the customers tries to get Ashley to sleep with him so that the wife can smell Ashley. At first, she declines because he sounds like a pervert, but then the man's wife comes in complaining about the room and everything. Basically, she's a Karen. And at first, I thought that Ashley was going to freaking beat the everlasting crap out of her, but she decides to get them back in a petty but understandable way by going up to the hotel room and freaking destroying it all day long. And we see another segment of Ashley basically explaining how she feels about the entire ordeal while she destroys the hotel room, and how she really feels, how she is angry, upset, feels as if like the world has just taken a whole dump at her with how much bad news she has been getting recently with Miles and everything else, basically being homeless, living with Miles' family, just all types of badness. It was really good in my opinion. So then the episode continues while Ashley gets a phone call from her friend Janelle, basically trying to help her figure out how to tell Sean about the entire ordeal with his dad being away for a long time. We meet Earl as Earl tries to get Sean to get him a burrito since he's on probation and everything. And that's a funny segment on its own. Meanwhile, Rainey tries to go to the bookstore to find books that can help Sean explain where's his dad at and why he's not coming home for a long time. And some of the books, in my opinion, were a little bit questionable, like Daddy's going to jail, Dad's in jail. Just kind of weird, but at the same time, understandable. And once Ashley and Sean gets home, the ordeal is never revealed to Sean that his dad is going away. And we see that Rainey, she's a lovely character as she does her best to try to explain to Sean before being interrupted that his dad's going away for a long time. And we see that Trish and Ashley still don't like each other, still can't get along for whatever reasons. And and that's the end of the episode. I thought this episode was pretty good in my opinion, as it now is like a turning point for the entire family now that the headmaster, Miles, is gone basically for 5 years. What I first thought this episode did well on was telling the story, as it wasn't cringeworthy, it wasn't bad, but telling the story and just still having its feeling towards everything else. I thought that Jasmine Jones as Ashley was once again the character of the episode, as she does her thing. She absolutely does her thing with explaining how she feels about everything, just the way she acts and everything, just how she is. She did really good in this episode once again, as well as the other characters. And my predictions with how the remaining episodes will go on will be that we will eventually find out as if what really happened between Ashley and Trish, and why Trish absolutely despises Ashley. I have a feeling that Miles is not going to spend the entire 5 years in jail. I don't know how, but I have a feeling that some way, in some form, he will be able to get out. Don't know how, but somehow I think he will be able to get out eventually. Rainey and Ashley will eventually tell Sean about Miles being away for 5 years. And that is pretty much what I have for predictions as of right now. And that is the end of my video. I would like to say thank you for watching. Please continue watching. Please like and subscribe and comment. And until next time, goodbye.